Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
James Held at IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me, I've got trainer Joe Gallagher. We're here for Anthony Crolla v Jorge Linares, the official public workouts. Firstly, when did you arrive back from Texas, Joe?
9 o'clock yesterday morning, mate. So that was it. Straight in the gym, trained the lads. Second session. Then I tried staying up. James, I really tried till 11 o'clock. Went to bed at 11. Thought, that's it, smash this now. Stayed awake all day. 4 o'clock this morning, ping, wide awake. Fucking hell.
You're actually doing all right, because coming back from America, it's twice as bad, isn't it? So
yeah,
you're actually doing all right.
Well, I'm just trying to break into it. So I was in the gym this morning with Butler, pad session, workout now, then another gym session later. But just got to get on it. Do you know what I mean? I was flagging yesterday, but listen, it's all good, mate. Great week in Dallas last week. I thought Liam Smith done very well. Yeah, good moments in the fight. Each round was competitive, and we had him where we wanted him as Liam would say. It was our type of fight, but like I say, when you're a world-class fighter, they produce world-class moments, and that's what Alvarez did the other night with that left hook to the body.
Real gutsy, brave performance from Liam Smith, getting off the canvas in the way that he did. Did you expect SAUL Alvarez to be as efficient as he was?
I knew he'd always start fast, and he did do. And I was saying to Liam after rounds 1 or 2, don't be too fucking brave for your own good. You're allowing him to tee off. The plan was always let him fall short. He's got to come. Let him fall short of that second power shot. But Liam's like, nah, I'm comfortable. And I'd been told beforehand he wasn't a big puncher to the head. It's a solid hitter, but not a concussive hitter. But the body shots were the key with him. And like I say, the first knockdown, I was livid because of a 3-punch combo. And over there, it's not here, like James, where you can sit on the edge here. It's like at the Olympics, you go down and you sat at the back. Then they shove the cameraman in the corner. So your vision's blurred, or you can't see much what's going on.
You're quite away from the ring.
Yeah, exactly. And when Liam got done, from what I remember, I thought of the 3 punches where he loaded, one of them went low. And then they said, oh, he's got hit on the back of the head. So when they called a knockdown, when I got in, I said to ref, that was behind the head. It was a legal shot. But you're over there, what can they do? Second shot, timing, just got a good shot. Liam knew where he was, but he still came back and finished the round strong. And in the third, 9th round, we were winning the round, and we had him where we were, but he pulled out, and he managed to hit the sweet spot round the side, and there ain't much you could do about that. But listen, it was a great performance, and although Alvarez was winning the rounds, they were very competitive rounds.
Heartbreaking for Liam. No
yeah,
doubt.
Liam Smith will be back, he'll learn from that. And you have to go through that process, being on that big stage, 52,000, the big fight build up, and he'll be a better fighter for that. And going in with the likes of someone like Alvarez, he'll only bring it on, very much like Steven Pedraza. When Steven came back, he'd improved.
With hindsight, would you have preferred Liam to mix at world level a couple of times before sort of going in to jump in with Alvarez?
Yeah. Listen, James, we could all sit down there and work out the perfect plan, the perfect procedure to go about things. But sometimes opportunities present themselves, and if Liam Smith was to not have took that fight, and he had another fight and got a cut, and then Alvarez went and took a Glofican fight, and then that went, and things you miss sometimes, and you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Do you know what I mean? So Liam had to take it with both hands, and that's what he did. And I think the reward was worth the risk. He got paid very well, and it was a huge opponent, and he's tested himself against one of the very, very best in the world, and it just gives him an idea of where his level is.
Can any training or any preparation prepare you for how big Canelo comes in on fight night?
Do you know what, James? Listen, we can't make excuses because we went ahead of the fight. When Liam got cut in sparring, I was like, listen, we've got to pull. He went, there's no fucking way in the world, sorry for swearing, there's no way in the world I'm pulling out, I'm still fighting. So we had to adjust the training, no sparring, and go through it. And you see in the first couple of rounds, it took him a while to get his timing going. But with sparring Kell Brook, and I just thought, if we could have had 4 weeks, we had 4 good weeks with Kell Brook, we would have even had a better Liam Smith than we did the other night, and maybe have closed the distance a little better, had a bit better timing. But it's all he say, she say, isn't it? But like you say, it's hats off to Alvarez, very respectful all week, golden boy, professionals all week, and that's it. We just lost to the better man on the night.
Have you calmed down with certain aspects of the media that didn't go out? It's been well documented. You spoke to us about it. Have you sort of cleared the air with certain people?
Yeah, there weren't certain people. It was just a case of on the build up for it. Like I said to Coogan, it's only what's gone before. Then you expect it for your fighters, and when it doesn't, you go, why not? What have they done wrong? And that's it, really. I've got nothing else to say on it. Listen, fair play. I Film London were out there, BoxNation were there, Guardian, Liverpool Echo, Boxing News, Matt Christie. I think John Dennon was upset because I said Boxing News #1 was out there. But I know John Dennon, the #2, is working very hard. And the Daily Star, Chris McKenna as well, they were out there. So, no, it was good. And listen, at the end of the day, I understand the world of journalism and how it works. And there's just been the Olympics, there's a Premiership season just started. And what the point I was trying to make with Coogan was years ago, in that era, you had journalists come to a gymnasium once a week, build a relationship with the fighters and the camp and the trainers, and that's why you look back at like Harry Carpenter's relationship with Frank Bruno and other journalists with Muhammad Ali and journalists with McGuigan and that during the time. Do you understand that they have that? And it's not a case like that no more, which I feel is a shame really, because all the journalists do is get to know a fighter is at a press conference, and as soon as they've got out of the ring, where build up to fights, that they get to know a fighter.
Where does Liam Smith go from now? We've seen a lot of people suggesting that Liam Smith v Kell Brook would be a great fight. Yeah. Is there any interest in that fight from your team and from the camp's point of view?
Well, listen, Liam Smith's name's been bandied about with an awful lot of people. Lara, Miguel Cotto, Kell Brook. So they're just three straight away that his name's been attached to straight away. With inquiries made about his cut, how long would he be out for. And he impressed an awful lot of people in America. And to be honest, I can't see Liam fighting over here again now. I think Liam's fights will be all in America and will be all for big fights. I think he's proved himself on that stage, and he's more than capable of stepping in there, fighting a Charlo, fighting a Cotto, and the elite fighters in that division, bar Alvarez himself.
I want to come on to a little bit to WBA World Champion Anthony Crolla. We're here for him today. It's his week. He's taken on Jorge Linares in what is a monster clash for Anthony, and could be his real moment, if you like, his pinnacle moment so far in his career. I know it's hard to say that on the back of career best performances, but it really could be his moment, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at Anthony, the success story with him since he come back from his injury, the Perez win in spectacular fashion, then Barossa, knowing the kid that no one wanted to fight, Anthony won. But I think the difference with the Barossa fight, Barossa was all brawn. We're dealing with a fighter here now who's all brain. Linares, if it weren't for one or two hiccups that he's had along the way, we've been talking about one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world at the moment, technically very good, 3-weight world champion, and he's got to use his brain, and Anthony Crolla needs to use his brain. People say the crowd, well, Linares, he boxed in London in the O2, he's boxed in Vegas, he's boxed in Thailand, he's boxed all over the world, Linares. I don't think that'll faze him. But I do feel like Alvarez and Liam at the weekend, when Alvarez threw, the crowd cheered. When Liam threw, couldn't hear a pin drop, and I think that's got to be very much the same thing on Saturday night. I think the crowd really had to go behind Anthony, cheer everything that's thrown, and silence when Linares throws. Don't make too much of a reaction when he lands a good shot. But no, it's got to be a huge night, and one that not many British fighters get the chance to do. I think it's the first fighter Eddie Hearn's ever had that's fought for the Ring Magazine belt, and there's only two fighters that have ever won the WBC Diamond belt before, Sergio Martinez and Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, that says it all really, that with them belts on the line, what a huge night and a huge fight it is.
When everyone says Manchester, you automatically think of that Ricky Hatton fan base, that Ricky Hatton-esque fan base that he had and turned this place into such a fortress. Do you think Crolla can be the man to reignite that? And
I think he has
fighting
done.
for the Ring Magazine belt as well, which Ricky had, which same belt. Do you think he could ignite that?
No, I think he has done. I think you've been up here the last time, the Barossa win, the crowd, the atmosphere. There's that famous picture that Karen Priestley took that everyone's jumping around like lunatics, me included. And I think Anthony Crolla's already done that. Manchester scene's buzzing. He's given these nights that Quigg and Crolla have had of helping the younger kids come through, like your Marcuses, your Jose Burtons, and the local kids coming through, giving them a platform where for a good while it was always people from outside of Manchester, David Hay, George Groves, Carl Froch that were headlining. So it's good to have Manchester fighters headlining Manchester, and Anthony Crolla versus Jorge Linares at the weekend is very much the Ricky Hatton Costa Tszyu fight. Ricky Hatton had world title fights, if you want to call them that, but his first real significant world title challenge was against one of the best in the world, Costa Tszyu. And I think this is Anthony Crolla, not knocking his performances against Perez or Barossa, who are accomplished fighters, but this is his acid test, this is his hat into zoo moment.
What do you make of Kevin Mitchell? Obviously, he's been in with Linares, suffered defeat to Linares. What do you make of his comments that Linares is on the slide and he's not the same fighter as he has been?
Nah, I disagree with that. I think Linares, I think most people took Kevin Mitchell lightly when he fought him, came over here and got dragged into it. I think since then, Linares has had a year out. He's got an opportunity now to fight for a Ring Magazine belt and WC Diamond, and he's hugely motivated. And often fighters get a chance to win these belts, so as much as it is for us, it is for him. He's took himself away from Thailand, that part of the world where he usually trains. He's based himself in Las Vegas with a very good trainer who trains some really good fighters, and really serious on it. And I think sometimes the break is as good as sometimes, you know what I mean? And I think the break has done Linares the world apart good. From the stuff that we've watched him in training and everything else, he looks a sharp Linares, and I think it's got to be the best Linares we've seen for a long time, and we need to have the best Anthony Crolla there's ever been to beat Jorge Linares. And anyone that thinks Linares is on the slide or thinks that, I don't one bit. There's not one Hellcat chance, and Linares will show that on Saturday night.
Do you think Linares may have a bee in his bonnet, the fact that he got stripped as Latikanen was awarded his belt through injury and maybe led to him getting the diamond belt? Do you think he'll have a sort of that in the back of his mind, he's got to put on a really big performance here?
Yeah, I feel that, but I think you look at him, he's very relaxed. He's over here, he's brought his girlfriend over. Some people saying, oh, he's just over here for the holiday and that, but he isn't at all. Trust me, they're usually confident. Robert Diaz has babysitted him through all camp, and they know, especially Robert Diaz, he's been to Manchester many times. He knows the crowd, the atmosphere, Anthony Crolla, and what a serious challenge this really is. And what a serious fight it is. So no, they're coming fully prepared, and it's always the way. Why do we have to get in when they're at the fucking best? Nah, but listen, it is what it is, and there aren't many fighters that get this opportunity. What Anthony Crolla's got to get come Saturday night.
Fantastic stable. We've obviously got Marcus Morrison on the bill, Callum the One Johnson on the card as well. Sometimes a great fighter, a little bit under the radar. I think he needs to be sort of tested a little bit. Love to see him in some big fights. He's on the card. Also, you're training Paul Butler now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've got.
It's a bit of a surprise for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Well, just going back to the card, Marcus Morrison's on the bill. He's fighting a decent kid who's been in the distance with Jamie Cox. Stuff like that. Jose Burton is fighting a decent Mexican. Was Alvarez's chief sparring partner for years. There's put footage of on there, holds himself well. And then Callum Johnson had a really tough time over the last couple of months. His dad passed away at the beginning of the year. Obviously, he was a Commonwealth Games gold medalist. His dad was his best friend. He's had 2 fights, come back, and now he's fighting for the Commonwealth title. And he's fighting a good opponent, Wilberforce, who beat Isaac Chalemba. He lost to Arthur Abraham for the world title. Scores 116-112, competitive. So it's a tough ask for Callum Johnson, but it'll be a fantastic night, an emotional night for him to be the Commonwealth champion as a professional as well. Going to Paul Butler, training really well. Really excited with the work that we're doing. Good project, good pad session today, and there should be some real big news coming soon for Paul Butler, and I'm really excited what Frank Warren has got lined up for him.
All right, on that note, thank you very much for Trifle TV. Great to get you back on the channel. Yeah. I'm glad we went to Dallas and not on your sort of hit list. And, we'll catch you again real soon. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.